Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show, brought to you by Salvatore's Pizza. Our next guests are part of one of the best small school girls soccer programs in the state. Wheatland-Chili is here, and we've already named them earlier in the show. Our U.S. Army Warriors of the Week. Our Wildcats are Warriors, and I know you'll have a good season because, let's face it, Wheatland-Chili always has a good season. And also in this room is Gary Ward. He's our G&G Fitness Coach of the Week, and we give that to a coach that really cares about what he does and how he impacts the lives of young people. So, Gary, congratulations on being our G&G Fitness Coach of the Week.
Thank you, Jeff.
And ladies, congrats on being our Warriors of the Week. I wanted to ask, let's start with, forwards always get their name in the paper because they score goals. So let's go to a defender first. Hannah, what makes Coach special? What makes him different? What makes teenagers want to listen to this guy?
I think since he's been coaching so long, everyone respects him a lot, and the way he coaches is very helpful because he focuses on like certain things that he'll see what needs to be done and get it done.
How about you, Morgan? Anything to add about that? Is he a yeller? I mean, some kids don't like to be yelled at these days. I'm old school. He's old school. Does he raise his voice? Is it okay?
He raises his voice when he needs to, but he usually doesn't. But he definitely is the type to not worry about mistakes, and he gets his point out to the younger girls that mistakes are okay and he's not going to hold it against you. So I think that's what makes him a good coach, in my opinion.
Naya, I can't leave you out of this discussion. You tell me, what else do we need to know about Coach Ward?
Well, you could definitely see he loves coaching us, and he shows it a lot all the time, and he always puts his best foot forward and pushes us to the extremes. And I think that's really good because he knows what limits to push and where to fix the mistakes and everything.
So over 39 years, he's seen it all. 9 Section 5 titles, 3 state titles, and Gary, 541 wins. That ranks second in Section 5 to Kay Peters down in the Southern Tier. Addison, she has 551. Gary, what keeps you coming back every year for more?
Oh, I mean, it's other than my family, this has been working with these kids and teaching them to play this beautiful game has been a highlight of my life. And, I think we're blessed in Wheatland-Chili with the type of kids that we get, the character that they bring, the families that support us over the years. And it's just exciting to watch kids grow in the game. And, and that's not just the winning part, but the transcendent values that they can carry with them into their life. And we really think we're making a little bit of a dent in helping them weather this pretty tough world.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that real quick. We'll go in reverse order this time. Naya, how difficult has it been not knowing if you're going to have a season? Did it limit what you could do in the summer in regard to summer soccer? But how difficult has the last 6 months been for you?
Well, at first it was very difficult not knowing if we were going to have our senior season because that's what every soccer player looks forward to in school. But I was staying optimistic, and I made sure I trained every day or as many times as I could to stay in shape in hope of getting to our senior season. I just like to look at the bright side of things and just keep going and pushing until the final result.
How about Hannah, you and Morgan, how's COVID-19 been to you in regard to your training? And I mean, maybe the togetherness too of you're back in school. Are you in the hybrid model? Are you guys remote? What do you got? What are y'all doing? Hannah, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're both doing the hybrid.
Is that a couple of days a week? How many days a week?
For me, it's 2 days a week.
And Morgan,
in school.
Yeah. I go 4.
Okay. What's it been like being back in school, Morgan, seeing people's faces and not looking at them at a computer screen like we are doing right now?
It's definitely relieving. Like with COVID, it was like you were stuck in time. So that's how it felt with me. But being back in school and at least being able to see your friends for at least 2 days a week, that was very relieving. But yeah.
So I got one more question. It's about, and then we'll talk some soccer. It's about masks. There's some gray areas about, do you have to wear them? Do you not have to wear them when you're playing? Obviously on the sidelines you got to wear them, but do you all practice with your masks, or do you plan to play with them? How does that look? And Gary, I'll give you is there a team rule or a school rule?
Yeah, I think according to, I guess, it came from our AD, so I'm assuming our league. We're wearing a mask at all times, and what we've told them is, we only break, even in games, from the time they get out of the car in the parking lot until the time they get back in the car, the masks are on. We give them water breaks, and they can, as long as they're socially distant, they can remove them then. And in a contest, the guideline we've given them is, if you make an 80-yard recovery run and the ball goes away from you and there are no players in the area, if you want to lift your mask and take a couple of deep breaths, that's great, but it goes back down.
Yeah, I think it's all being respectful of other people, whether it be your teammates or your coaches
Exactly.
or your opponents even, because, really we're all in this together. Because if it affects Wheatland, it could affect one of your opponent, Bergen, or whoever it is, and then it's a traveling mess, and we don't want that, obviously. All right, so let's go back to last season. Didn't end the way you wanted, ladies. I know you wanted to get that block, Class C2 final. Dramatic win in the semis over Geneseo. Naya with a couple goals, a late winner. I'm sure you scored a bunch of winners. Naya, take me back to that moment, getting your team to the final. How did that feel?
It definitely felt great, but I couldn't have gotten there without my whole team pushing me and being motivated the whole time. You just have to work together and pull through all the way until the end, no matter how tired you are or when you want to give up, you just got to keep pushing. And, that really felt great, and knowing that I did my best and so did my team.
Morgan, what makes her so tough as a scorer? I mean, maybe you defend her in practice, but you don't have to do it in games.
She is not the type to give up. She's was it 8th grade year? It was state finals, and we were going into overtime, and she was the person that said, everyone play happy because we play our best when we're happy. And it was like 30 seconds in, and we scored the goal. So I think that she's definitely the type to bring the team up, because she's a big role model on the team. So when she says something, people have respect for her and they listen.
18-2 last season. Obviously, 3 key players back. Gary, a whole bunch of starters coming back from the runner-up team, or just a handful?
No, we have we're rebuilding 2/3 of our midfield, but we pretty much have the rest of the lineup back. And we lost Jenna Lemire and Lindsay Clare, of course, to graduation, and also Ellie Wing, who was a defender and then emergency goalkeeper at the end. But we pretty much have our defense back and our forward line back, and we're rebuilding the midfield. But we think we're going to be fine.
And let me take you back to when you 3 were 8th graders. This was a program that had just won the state title, the first one in a long time, since '91. And you came in as 8th grader. What was it like to come into this program at that point? Did you feel pressure? Did the older girls kind of show you the way? How did it feel as an 8th grader, Hannah?
It was definitely I was very nervous. I remember coming in scared and stuff, but it was definitely nice once we got to talk to them. They were very welcoming and stuff, so I enjoyed my 8th grade year, actually.
There's such a great line of sisters that have come through this program. The Clars, the Callahans, the Geisels. I think the 2015 state title team had 6 sets of sisters. Any of your older sisters play for this squad, Morgan, Naya, or Hannah?
Mine did. I had 2 on the team, yeah.
Yeah? Did any of them play in state titles? Did they win state titles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
My Cassie Parker, yeah, she did.
Gary, what do you like about this team? Strengths?
Well,
Don't pause.
I think there's a lot of things I like.
Okay.
I think we have the veteran leadership to blend in some new pieces. I mean, these three are 5-year players on the varsity. And we have a leadership group that they're a part of that has spent a lot of time in the off season studying about, actually intellectually studying leadership and trying to put into effect some things that we can do to galvanize this unit. I think we have good speed. I think we have some tremendous skill players. And I think we've been there, and these kids know what it takes. And I think that it'll be their job to transmit that part of our legacy down to the next generation of players. And I have no doubt they're up to it.
And obviously, you have two starting defenders right here. Your defense must be solid. Gary, tell me a little bit about Hannah and Morgan as defenders. What makes them strong back there?
Well, Morgan's going to play in the midfield this year. She can play anywhere, but she's going to be our defensive midfielder. She is, I think she's going to take some people by surprise. She's spent a lot of the last couple of years on the injury list, and she is fit. And she worked really, really hard in the off season to get her body in shape. And she's going to have a phenomenal year. And she's also a tremendous leader. And she keeps us loose. She's pretty funny. And keeps us laughing. Hannah is the leader, and not only a team leader, but she runs the defense like there's no tomorrow. She has great vocal leadership skills. She's always talking, always helping. And she's also a great teacher and has really a great propensity to help out the younger kids and likes to do it. So this type of leadership just cannot be found, in my opinion.
All right, ladies, I got one more question. I've covered sports a long time. When I started around here, Abby Wambach was your age, younger than you actually. And I'm not saying that name because I want you to use that name, but do you have, like, you're living in a different era of soccer. When Abby was young, there was like Mia Hamm was like the only soccer player anybody knew. Do you have a favorite female soccer player out there that you like to watch? Is there one that you look to? Hannah, is there one in particular, or Naya or Morgan? Tell me about it.
Definitely Alex Morgan for me. I always looked up to her. I love watching her play and just very big inspiration to me.
How about Hannah Morgan? Anybody in particular?
Yeah, I grew up watching her and Carly Lloyd, who obviously isn't she's getting older now and stuff, but both of them.
She's a beast. Yeah, she's great. How about you, Morgan? Anybody in particular?
Yeah, those were the two I was gonna say.
Well, listen, I really enjoyed getting to know you a little bit today, and I appreciate you coming onto our program. Gary, best of luck to you, my friend. In your 70s, sir, so please stay safe and keep doing what you love to do no matter what. I'm really glad that everyone's going to get a chance to get out and play some sports this fall. Hope everyone stays safe and we don't have to cut this season short by any means. So, Hannah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Naya, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Morgan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gary, stay well, sir, and we'll see you down the road. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
Wheatland-Chili girls soccer here on the Specialties Hotline on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.